to run. I heard one giggle, and I got a head shake. No, it's about what I was expecting. Some of you are probably going, I don't run. And some of you are probably thinking, I don't remember the last time I ran. Might have been, hopefully, since I got out of school. Hopefully. But it's time to run. We are going to be in Hebrews 12, 1 through 3. I apologize for the typo. I just now realized that I put the two verses on the title screen. But yeah, we're going to be in that section, so if you got your Bible or your device, feel free to turn there. So, running. It is something I'm familiar with. I did track and field for the last 2 years of high school. So the idea of having to run a race, I'm somewhat familiar with. I ran in a circle. Not circles, circle. I ran the 400. Yes, for fun and for competition. I ran the 400. One lap, all the way around the track. It was a sprint followed by a fast sprint. That's how my coach described it to me. And besides the fact that running is something the authors in the Bible use as an example of what we're supposed to do frequently. There was not a lot of sanctioned sports back in this day and time. There was the gladiatorial games. Most Christians didn't want to go to those. They were horribly violent, and unfortunately, a lot of times, sometimes the Christians were part of the entertainment, and it didn't end well. Or there was races. Basically, every sport has some idea of track and field in it. Pretty much every sport has some form of running, hitting, throwing, so on and so forth. And it's something that transcends cultures. Every culture that I can find has some idea about what a race is. I can't tell you the number of times a little has challenged me to a race. You do youth ministry and children's ministry long enough, you get challenged, especially if you're, a younger guy. Evan, Gavin, Hunter, Connor when he was little, my own nephew, my nieces, several of the young girls, they've all challenged me to a race, and you have fun with it. I turn around and sometimes backpedal and all that. Sometimes even the teens challenge me to a race. Jacob, when you guys, the Coleys first got here, I don't think it was 2 months in, and we were doing something out there, and he challenged me. I won, but it was probably by less than half a second. That boy made me book it. I was winded and hurt at the end of that one. It's been a few years out of high school. But it's something that transcends culture, and it's something that is very real for what we as Christians are called to do. Before we jump into the scripture, knowing a little bit about the book is important. Not just the Bible, but knowing a little bit about each book that's written kind of helps you understand things. Every one of the New Testament books was written by somebody, to somebody, for some purpose. Knowing that helps. Knowing that Matthew wrote his gospel to the Jews helps you understand why there's so much reference to the law and prophecies throughout Matthew. I think it may be the one that references that stuff the absolute most. That makes perfect sense. He's trying to convince the Jews that Jesus is the fulfillment. So he's going to reference that stuff constantly. Hebrews. It was written to the Hebrews. One nice thing, all but the last and Acts. Acts in the very last book of the New Testament are either have the author's name or the to name as their title. Romans was written to the Romans. First Timothy was written to Timothy. Peter wrote the letters that bear his name. Hebrews was written to the Hebrews. They're scattered throughout, but also to the ones who are still in Jerusalem. We have no actual idea as to who wrote it. It's unclaimed. There's a school of thought that say Paul wrote it. There's a lot of language similar to what Paul writes in it, but Paul also claimed most of his letters. And it's written to a group that he didn't minister to. I've seen other thoughts that either that Luke may have written it or Barnabas wrote it, Paul's traveling and another missionary in of his own right. But we don't know. And the other thing is the time frame. references in Hebrews to the temple still being there, physically standing, which would mean that it had to be written sometime before 70 AD. 70 AD-ish, the Jews decided they wanted to rebel against Rome. That was a bad idea. They lost, and the temple was leveled, and most of Jerusalem was left as rubble. So having that idea will help hone in on these verses. We're only going to go over 3 verses today, just 3 little verses. But starting in verse 1. Therefore, since we are surrounded by such a great cloud of witnesses, let us throw off everything that hinders and the sin that so easily entangles, and let us run with perseverance the race marked out for us, fixing our eyes on Jesus, the pioneer and perfecter of faith. For the joy set before him, he endured the cross, scorning its shame, and sat down at the right hand of the throne of God. Consider him who endured such opposition from sinners, so that you will not grow weary and lose heart. Only 3 verses, but it packs. There's a lot of stuff in here to look at and to encourage and strengthen us with. Hebrews is one of those books that I had no real understanding of why in the world they put chapter 12 where they put chapter 12. When they did the orderings of of all the verses and everything, for some reason this is one of those that we are in the middle of the thought, and all of a sudden verse 12 shows up. I really laugh when you're reading the Bible and the new chapter starts halfway through a sentence and it finishes a sentence and it's a whole new thought, a whole new section of verses starting with verse 2. It's like, why didn't you just go 7 more words and start just a little later? I don't know. The monks, and it could be translation things, the monks did some interesting things when they were doing some of this. But that very first part of it, therefore, since we are surrounded by such a great cloud of witnesses, if you see the word therefore in the Bible, it basically means because I said all the stuff I said before, this. So therefore, since we are surrounded by such a great cloud of witnesses, who's in this crowd? We got to backtrack into verse 11. Halfway through verse 10, it starts in about persevering through faith, and it continues through. But Hebrews 11 is the Faith Hall of Fame. The author is talking about all of these people of faith, all these people that Hebrews are very, very familiar with. I mean, he straight up starts with, after creation, all this, he starts with Abel. We're talking generation number 2. Abel, who through faith offered a sacrifice to God that God found to be worthy. This is before the law. This is before any of these regulations as to exactly what needed to happen had been laid out. But Abel, through faith, was able to offer God something that God found acceptable. And unfortunately, he paid for it with his life, because his brother, in anger, sinned and killed him. And then it keeps going. It goes to Enoch. All we know about Enoch is that he was a righteous man and that God took him from the face of the earth. He didn't die. It's a complete language change in the genealogy. This person had this child, lived this much, died. Had this child, lived this much longer, died. Enoch had a child, lived this much longer, and then went to be with him, and God took him. And then it switches back to people who keep dying. That's all we know about Enoch. But he's held up as a man of righteousness. It talks about Noah, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, Joseph, the patriarchs, Joshua, Rahab. It goes into the judges, Gideon, Barak, Samson, Jephthah, David, Samuel. I don't even remember what all of these people did, to be honest. The prophets, Isaiah, Elisha, Elijah, Micah, Jonah. Yes, even Jonah is a prophet. Job. All of these people of faith. Gets down and goes even further and stops saying names, but he starts naming things that they did. The lion's den with Daniel. The fiery curtain, quenching these fiery flames. The 3 in the furnace. He just keeps on running down the list. You read through it, and all these things these people did by faith. Raising people from the dead, living and persevering, and having all of these things happen to them. This is the crowd that he's saying is in the audience cheering everyone on. And for the Jews to imagine that there's Noah, there's Moses, again to declare the way of the Lord. I'm going to let you in on a little secret about Elijah. He's one of my favorite characters in the Old Testament. The dude screwed up almost as often as he got it right. Literally. I read all these things in one of my classes about him, and you're right. He did the whole thing on Mount Carmel. Just showed up the prophets of Baal. I mean, he is mocking these guys, and then he just stands there and goes, "Hey, God." Real simple prayer, and God just shows up in a massive way. Then he wanders off into the desert, and this is the whole point of God showing him himself on the same mountain that Moses did, that Moses saw God on, and starts complaining that he's the only one left. And God's going, no, you're not. I still got a bunch of people over here who haven't bowed the knee to follow. But I think that's important to realize is that all of these people, they messed up. They weren't perfect. Abraham messed up. Isaac messed up. Isaac, come on. How many times did he deceive something? Jacob deceived people. Isaac was old and he couldn't tell his sons apart. Got that backwards, sorry. That's really sad. Now that I think about it. They weren't perfect, but they lived by faith. This is the audience. And I got to thinking about it. I mean, this is the audience he's telling them now. About 1,950 odd years ago. How much bigger is this audience now? How much bigger is it? How many more people have lived through faith that now sit in that stand cheering you on? All of the apostles, all 13 of them. We kind of forget that there was 13 because basically we only ever hear about 3 of them. Fast forward to some of the big church fathers, Augustus of Hippo, Francis of Assisi, even more modern, Billy Graham, Martin Luther King Jr. I have a feeling that there's people from this very church who are sitting. In fact, I'm willing to bet that there are people who are part of this very family who have gone to be with God who are now sitting in those stands. Did I do anything, Kenny? Virginia's up there. Judy, I know Larry's up there. Kate is bound to be up there. Tyler, I have a feeling. I know Ida's up there too. They're cheering us on, which is great to know that we have this crowd of people cheering for us. And in one of my commentaries, I pointed something out. This is not like me watching football. I never played football. Well, correction, I played for 2 weeks and figured out I don't like this, and no one's telling me what to do other than run a 2. I can run, but what's a 2? That's not this thing. I know enough about football to watch a game and know what's going on. And when they flip onto a section of the screen, I know, okay, yeah, that was definitely holding our. Wow, the ref blew that call. I mean, he shoved him to the ground. Where's the pass interference? No. This is something like Tony Romo being the commentator. He played the game. He knows. I mean, that was the first year that he commentated. He got a reputation because he'd see something on the screen, on the play. Oh, it's this formation, so they're probably going to do this. This is going to happen, and watch this. And it happened. Because he knew the game. That's this crowd of people. They aren't just up there cheering us on because, great, it's more people. Every one of them ran this race. Every one of them has the vested interest of knowing exactly what is happening. Because they are the examples of how we do it. Elijah did what God told him to do even when he complained. Abraham messed things up. I mean, come on, Abraham's faith journey. God shows up to him and says, take your family and go to a land I will show you. Not, I'm showing you this land, go to it. It's basically go that way until I tell you to stop. That's a lot of faith. To just say, okay, God, you're saying go that way until you show me something. But they have a vested interest in us making it to the end because they know what we're doing and what we're going through. Because they are our crowd, our cheerleaders. They're cheering us on because they want us in those stands with them. The next part of the verse tells us what to do. It says, throw off everything that hinders, the sin that so easily entangles, and let us run that so easily entangles, and then run. Things that hindered you. When I was in track and field, we trained with random things that made no sense. Try running a lap around a track with weights on your ankles and your wrists. We did that. We had one training thing where it was a harness that you put on, and then you got someone, you're supposed to get someone about your same size behind you holding ropes. And their job was to plant their feet and be heavy as you tried to pull. They're training exercises. Because all of a sudden when you take them off, you run. There were little things that hindered. I had one time I was long jumping. It's one of the events I did. And I could not get my feet high enough to get far enough. Like the coach had put 2 cones out with a bar across them and said, don't knock it off. And I kept kicking that button. I can't, what is up with this? My coach, one of my coaches, yells, Cobb, get over it. So what did I do this time? Run over there, and he says, give me your shoe. I kick off my shoe, I hand it to him. He holds it for a second, and he goes, it's too heavy, get a new pair. My shoe is too heavy. Shoes aren't heavy. But I did what he said. He's the coach, he should know that. I cleared, and I went out and went home. I had another pair of tennis shoes that were lighter. That next day, I cleared the bar easily. I knocked 5 seconds off my 400 time just because my shoes were too heavy. It was a hindrance to my ability to run. It wasn't stopping me, it was just a hindrance. What are those hindrances keeping you from running in faith? Pastor Ryan was talking about being out of balance for the last 6 weeks. I'm going to tell you a little secret. If you run and your balance is off, it's a really good way to kiss the ground. You will fall down. That's something that hinders being out of balance. Are you still using the training things to learn Scripture, but you're not setting them aside when it's time to run? Because I didn't run with those weights on. That would be done. Are you weak? Are you not eating enough? You know, with Josiah right now, he doesn't get to eat unless mom and dad feed him. Now he'll yell at us when we haven't fed him, but as he grows older, he feeds himself. And he's already into solid foods, and it's very entertaining for the 2 of us, especially when you give him a new flavor. He does not like green beans at this point. That was very entertaining face for me. But are you eating enough? Are you in the Word? Are you praying? Praying. Try to run when you're weak and got an empty stomach, and it don't work so well. Are you empty? You can't pour out of an empty cup. You have to be going back to the source to fill up. You need to be going back to Jesus constantly to refill, to share it. I had 2 friends of mine who were our mid-distance runners. They ran the 800, 2 laps, 2 circles. Those knuckleheads. We had a blood drive at the school. Red Cross came in twice a year, did a blood drive. No big deal. They donated blood. We had a meet that afternoon in Connell. They ran the 800. Now, when you hit the end of those big races, the long races, you don't have to stay in your lanes. My race, if I stepped out of my lane, I'm disqualified, I lose. Those big races, you don't have to do that. You can kind of jockey for position and get in the middle lanes. Don't ever run the first 2 lanes. That actually hurts you. And then at the end of the race, there's a little path in the grass that as you came across, first into the line, second into the line, so that you'd line up in the order so that it was easier to keep track of. Both of them came busting around the corner, the final leg, made it 3 or 4 steps into that thing and went boom. They were weak. They had given of themselves without recharging and then tried to run, and it did not go well. That was not a fun thing to watch. These are all things that hinder. They don't necessarily stop you from running the race, but they hinder you from doing it to the best of what God has called you to do. There are some sins out there that you'll find out either there's a prohibition straight up in the Bible saying don't do this, or you find out that yes, it is damaging your relationship with one of God's children and you need to knock it off. And guess what? You knock it off, you never look back, and that's that. There are sins out there for everyone that are like that. Oh, I don't need to be talking to them like that. That I didn't realize something that's hindering them. I need to stop that. I need to stop posting this, or I'm doing something. God says, hey, God says, no, don't do that. Knock that off. There are other sins out there that you'll struggle with for the rest of your life. There'll be something that's got its hold on you that is truly entangled into your life that you and God will spend a great deal of time working to separate. I believe, just from experiencing a little bit of scripture, that everyone has a disposition to a sin. There is something that if it gets into you, you will fight the rest of your life. I know that I have a minor addictive personality. When I get into something, I'm into it, and I am in it. So I know that there are certain things that if I were to do, only an act of God could keep me out of it. That, and just like smoking and stuff like that, I had asthma growing up, so it was a really bad idea. There are people who lying is that sin that is just entangled. You know what that is in your life. God will lay that in front of you and say, let's work. For some, you'll beat it before you go to be with him, because he's going to work with you as long as you're willing. For others, you'll fight that until you go to be with him. But God knows you. Jesus knows you, and he will work with you well. Straight up, no questions asked. He will work as long as you are willing to work. Then running the race marked out for us, fixing our eyes on Jesus. I took a lot of hope in that verse right there, that part of the verse. Let us run with perseverance the race marked out for us. This isn't some big unknown track. This isn't me going into a place I've never been before and having no idea what's going on. I don't know every step on the race of faith that God has called me on. But I know who made the track. God made that track. And I trust that God says what he says he's going to do for me, that it is in that track somewhere. I know that I'm called to be a pastor. That's part of my faith journey. I know that I'm called to be a husband, a father, a brother, a son, a mentor, all of these things. I know I'm called to be all these things, and God is calling me to do it, and I know he's got it. I don't know what's on the next hill. It could be bad, it could be good, it could just be, oh, look, it's a plateau, I'm going to run for a while. But knowing the guy, knowing the one who made the track, gives us a lot of hope that we will be able to do this with his help. First two portions of this, hindrance and the sin. The author of Hebrews tells you how to do it. He's flat out told us exactly how to do that stuff. Fixing our eyes on Jesus. Amen. Jesus is the one standing right at that finish line, yelling at us, cheering us on, to get us there. In sports, I experienced this with both of the major sports I played in school, and a lot of my friends expressed the same thing. When it's go time, the gun goes off, the ref blows the whistle and throws his hand up, time turns inside out. I could run a 400 and shoot. My best time is about 54 seconds. That meant I could get around that track in less than a minute. If you were to ask me what my time was when I came across that finish line, I couldn't tell you whether I did it in 30 seconds or 10 minutes. When I wrestled in middle school, it's the same concept. Time turns inside out. But the more important thing is, the crowd disappears. Straight up, straight out. Wrestling, there'd be 4 other things going on. I couldn't hear hear any of them. I couldn't hear any of the people in the stands in track and field cheering me on, yelling at me. I had teammates all over the place. But there was always one person you could hear. My coaches, whether it was Hernandez, Goodsill, or Lagarde, they would be right after the first leg, and then right at the finish line. They just run across the field. I could hear their voice, yelling, cheering me on, telling me, go, 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 you've got this. 150 more meters, then drop it. And more importantly, during wrestling, I had one coach who never bothered to pay any attention to anybody but his own son. So he kind of often is up on a corner. But Mr. Schultz, my 6th grade math and science teacher, was the wrestling coach, and my Uncle Corey was the assistant coach. Go time. Whistle blows, hand goes up, ref gets out of the way. I can hear them. Doesn't matter where on the mat I am, because they don't stay in the same position, because you don't stay in the same position. I could hear them yelling, "You got this, Kevin." Or a lot of times they could see something I couldn't. "Kevin, cradle, power half." They'd be calling out moves, things for me to do, because I can't see what's on the other side of the gap. When he's up here and I'm trying to figure out what to do, and I hear jelly man, I know. Lock his arm and drop my shoulder and just kind of flick him. Just right over me. This is Jesus in all of this. Yeah, it's amazing that we have this amazing crowd of people who are cheering us on. They've run this race. They get it. They want us in that crowd. Abraham wants you in the crowd, sitting next to him, cheering on the next person. Period. He knows that you are the one, you, me, we are all one of the ones that he was promised. He was promised that his children would bless all of us. His child did. Jesus blessed all of us. Jesus is on that finish line, yelling. Hill's coming up. Pull up a little. We're going to be going downhill. Lay it out. You got a little bit of debris in the track. Go around it. He is calling out those constant corrections that Pastor Ryan was telling us about. He's the one telling you, you've got this. I believe in you. We can do this. More than anyone, he wants us on the other end of that finish line. I honestly believe when we get up before the throne of God and we give an account, because the Bible says everyone can give an account of their lives. Satan's over there saying, "See, look at all this stuff he did, or she did. Look at all these things." I have a feeling Jesus is going to be standing there with a big old smile on his face anytime one of us gets up, because he's like, mine. Doesn't matter. Mine. He's going with me. She's going with me. He wants us on that finish line, so he's going to be calling if we're listening. He's the coach, the ultimate coach, the one who knows every trick of the book. This is Jesus, the pioneer, perfecter of faith. He lived out faith in a way that none of us can truly understand. For the joy set before him, he endured the cross, scorning its shame, and sat down at the right hand of God. For the joy set before him. The joy set before him was us. God in his mercy. One of my classes I'm taking, we're doing a survey of what God is doing in the entire Bible in 12 weeks. We cover a lot of ground very quickly. There's one thing a lot of us are noticing very quickly is that no matter how often mankind screws up, which, by the way, we screw up a lot, and Israel was really bad about this, God, because God is God, has mercy. No matter how bad it got for Israel, for Judah, for his people, he always had a way to still show his mercy even when the discipline had to be there. This is the joy set before Jesus. He comes, he does what he has to do, and God can show his mercy to all of mankind and bring all of us back to where he wanted us, where he had us in the first place. Back into right, personal, intimate relationship with him. I mean, Adam and in the full to them because of the sin. It would literally destroy them. If the high priest walked into the presence of God unworthy, they died. This is the relationship that Adam and Eve had before the fall. They walked with God. With them. They saw God in all his glory. That's what God wants to hold us back. That's the joy that is set before Jesus. So he endured the cross. The Romans were very good at killing people. They made it a science. It wasn't quick. It wasn't pretty. Some of you have seen the Passion of the Christ. I'm going to let you guys in on a secret. They cut things out of what happened to Jesus because they could not show it. It hurts when Josiah, my little boy, gets his fingers wrapped up in this and pulls. And he does it every morning. I feed him, and all of a sudden, ow, knock that off. They ripped Jesus' beard out. They scorned him. His own mother couldn't recognize him. Scorning and shame. The Romans reserved crucifixion for the worst of the worst. Rebels, the worst kind of thieves. Those who brought up insurrection, slaves who rebelled. This wasn't quick. This wasn't easy. This is, I'm making an example out of you that will strike fear in the next 4 generations. Jesus said, yes, I will do that. Because I know what it will mean. Did all that so you could sit down at the right hand of God. This is your right, this is my right. He did that so that you could sit down at the right hand when we go before the Ancient of Days and say, I paid that penalty, I paid that price. Satan, take your stuff and go away. Consider him, there's another title, my apologies. Consider him who endured such opposition from sinners, that you will not grow weary in his heart. Jesus is God. Straight out. He let himself be into the hands of sinners. To be our example, to be that ultimate coach. He knows everything that we're going to go through. He knows he's done it. He's seen it. He's been a part of it. He can get us through it. So that we don't grow weary. If we're going back to him and listening to Jesus, there will be hard times. Don't get me wrong. There will be hard times this side of heaven, no matter what you do. If you don't believe me, go read Job. That guy literally did nothing wrong. And the world collapsed around him. But God still had his back. God protected his life and blessed him in the end. It's no different than us. There will be hard times because we don't understand it. That was the big message. I just read an article about Job last night. That was the big thing, takeaway from it. It's God telling Job, I'm more than you. I know everything. I see everything. You bring these accusations against me, and you're limited. All you can see is this, and I can see everything. You are not capable of understanding my reason. Job very quickly withdrew his complaints. This is our God. He wants us. We don't grow weary. We go back. He strengthens. We don't lose heart. This isn't a sprint. This isn't a 400. Because honestly, everyone can do a sprint. Everyone can do the 100. You just give it everything you've got for 15 seconds. It's a run where you don't actually breathe. You just run everything you've got until you get to the end of the line and you're done. This is a marathon. This is a long-term goal. This is a long-term goal. That same buddy of mine who collapsed because of accidentally not realizing he was weak, he trains to do ultra marathons. You don't know what that is? That's a 100-mile foot race. That's this. This is a marathon. This is a long run. There will be times where you do slow down. God tells you to slow. Jesus is yelling, slow down. Going uphill, slow down. where you're at. If you haven't even made it onto the starting line yet, you're not in the blocks. God's laid it on your heart and you need to. It's time to say yes to Him. Our altars are always open. And it's not just a figure of speech here. It doesn't mean that they're only open when I'm praying or when Pastor Ryan's praying or someone else or Pastor Larry. It means they're open. Come before God and lay down what you need. If you aren't on that starting line yet and you want to go, when God's saying do it, someone will pray for you. I guarantee it. Someone will come out and pray with you. That's one thing I love about this particular part of the family of God. Are you in the starting blocks? Gun went off, and you're still there. Holding position because you said, yes, God, I want to do this, and then you're looking up realizing, I don't know if I can. You can't. Put your eyes on God. Put your eyes on Jesus. Trust that God made the track. Get up and go. They will make it possible for you to do it. You could be far down that track, but you pulled up and you're looking around. Knock that off. You do that, you're going to end up down a rabbit hole somewhere that you're not supposed to be. Put your eyes back on Jesus and get to running again. If you've got your eyes on Jesus and you're running, keep it up. We need the examples. We have teens who've made very big commitments to God. We have some teens who just got out of the youth group who made very big commitments to God. They need to be able to look up and see the examples of people running this race. Doesn't matter if you mess up. You're going to trip and fall. I've seen people running the 2 mile who decided that their own feet were an obstacle and fell down. Get up. Abraham fell down. Isaac fell down. They all fell down. Get up. Brush it off. Put your eyes back on Jesus. We need those examples. We need people to look up to. Even me. As a pastor in training, 30 years old, I need examples in front of me